This video brings an urgent revelation that heaven specifically wants you to hear. They tried to bury the truth about your birth, but heaven is concerned you might dismiss this without understanding its importance. This isn't just another spiritual video. It contains a revelation about your origin that powerful forces have kept hidden. Heaven cares deeply about your true identity and would be heartbroken if you miss this critical information about who you really are. The message you're about to receive has been carefully arranged to reach you at this exact moment in your journey. There's a divine appointment happening right now as you watch. Don't scroll away, because what you're about to learn could change everything about how you see yourself and your purpose in this world. This isn't an ordinary spiritual message. It's a divine alert about buried truth surrounding the circumstances of your birth that certain forces never wanted you to discover. Heaven has been watching the deception surrounding your origin story with loving concern, noticing how it has affected your sense of identity. Missing this particular revelation could mean continuing to live your entire life without knowing who you truly are or why you're here. This truth marks a limited time spiritual window that's opening right now to unveil what has been deliberately hidden from you. Heaven cares so deeply about your authentic identity that it would be genuinely concerned if you failed to recognize this opportunity. That's why this message found you today. Your attention to this video isn't by chance. It's a divinely orchestrated moment designed to help you see the truth that has been buried, but is now being unearthed for you to discover. Every feeling you've had that something was different about your birth story has been noticed. Every moment when you sensed there was more to your origin than what you were told has been acknowledged. All the times you've questioned your true identity, yet continued searching for answers anyway, have been honored. Your intuition about hidden family secrets hasn't gone unnoticed. Those moments when conversations suddenly stopped when you entered the room, or when family photos seemed to tell a different story, heaven saw your confusion. The times when your spiritual gifts or abilities seemed to come from nowhere, leaving you wondering about your real heritage. That searching was recognized. The courage it took to keep questioning when everyone insisted you should just accept the story you were given has been deeply valued. The feelings you've carried about not quite fitting into your supposed birth narrative, sometimes too strange to share with others, have all been acknowledged. True identity isn't always obvious, and buried truths aren't always easy to uncover. The buried truth heaven wants you to recognize appears in everyday moments, but is often overlooked because it seems too complex to be real. This truth shows up in family documents that don't quite match up, in photographs where something feels off, or in stories that change depending on who's telling them. It appears in the unexplained spiritual abilities you possess, in dreams about places you've never been, or in a deep knowing that your calling is different from what your family expected. This buried truth is uniquely connected to your specific spiritual journey, something heaven has personally preserved despite efforts to hide it. It relates directly to the questions you've been asking about your real purpose and the identity confusion you've been experiencing. Heaven chose to reveal this particular truth because it speaks to your soul in a language only you would fully understand. The window to uncover what was buried about your birth won't remain open forever. When you discover the buried truth about your birth, many confusing aspects of your identity will suddenly make perfect sense. Unexplained spiritual gifts, strange family dynamics, and feelings of not belonging will all connect in a beautiful moment of divine clarity. Heaven has wonderful news for you today. Your authentic identity is being restored to a higher level, and important revelations about your true heritage are happening within and around you now. The divine has preserved something unique about your real origin story, and now you've been chosen to receive this special knowledge. This moment marks something significant in your journey of self-discovery. It's a clear indication that your spiritual sensitivity about your true identity is growing stronger every day. Something incredibly meaningful is unfolding in your understanding of who you really are, far deeper than you might have imagined possible. This recognition begins a spiritual awakening that will transform how you see yourself and your divine purpose. There's a wave of heavenly attention surrounding your true identity right now. You're becoming more spiritually attuned to revelations about your origin, naturally drawing divine truth into your daily experience. Recognizing this buried information about your birth brings heightened awareness of your authentic spiritual heritage in even the smallest details of your life. More spiritual insights about who you really are will begin flowing to you than ever before. This isn't happening by chance. It's a carefully arranged blessing designed specifically for this season of your identity discovery. Your search for truth about yourself matters more than you realize. Your spiritual sensitivity about hidden family secrets inspires heaven to reveal what was buried. Your persistence in seeking your real identity makes a difference in the spiritual atmosphere around you. This divine revelation shows that heaven deeply values your desire to know who you truly are, and why certain forces tried to hide it from you. The timing of this truth revelation is no coincidence. It appears now because you're spiritually ready to handle information about your buried origin. This precise moment has been divinely chosen because you've grown in wisdom and spiritual discernment about your authentic identity. Your spiritual eyes are now open enough to see what might have been too overwhelming for you to process before. Your heart has expanded through identity struggles. Your spiritual wisdom has deepened through searching for answers about who you really are. Your soul is now prepared to receive this divine revelation about your birth more clearly than ever before. All the confusion you've faced about your identity and the questions you've wrestled with about your true heritage have been preparation for this moment of truth. Nothing in your journey of self-discovery has been wasted. Every experience has shaped your ability to recognize buried truths when they're finally revealed to you. If you're feeling blessed by this divine revelation about your buried birth truth, please consider sending a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more to support our channel's mission of sharing these important identity revelations. Your generosity helps these divine truths reach those who desperately need to discover their authentic origins. When you give, you participate in a sacred exchange that allows us to continue creating content that connects people with heaven's revelations about their true identities. As you begin to recognize the buried truth about your birth, new spiritual awareness about your authentic identity will naturally develop in your life. This clearer vision brings new responsibilities, not just to yourself, but to everyone heaven places in your path who might have similar hidden truths about their origins. Don't view these responsibilities as burdens, but as sacred opportunities to participate in heaven's work of truth revelation. This discovery signals it's time to step into spiritual maturity and live according to who you really are rather than the false identity that was created for you. Finding balance becomes essential during this identity transformation time. While processing this truth about your buried birth story, remember to nurture your practical faith through prayer, scripture, and community. These spiritual disciplines will support you as you grow into this expanded understanding of your authentic self and divine heritage. As you become sensitive to this buried truth about your birth, think about how you can help others who are still living under false identities. Your experience shows that heaven is constantly working to reveal hidden origins. Even when powerful forces try to keep truth buried, heaven witnesses every moment of identity awakening, every recognition of buried truth, and every choice to embrace authentic heritage over false narratives. Your story of discovering what was hidden about your birth brings hope to people feeling disconnected from their true identity or wondering if their origin story is really accurate. Your awareness becomes a light that helps others develop eyes to see the truth heaven is revealing about their own buried secrets. This revelation about your birth isn't meant to be a private blessing. It's an invitation to help others experience the same identity clarity and discover their own authentic spiritual heritage. As you navigate this new level of truth about your buried birth story, stay consistently alert for more revelations about your authentic identity. Heaven reminds you that while discovering one hidden truth is wonderful, it's just the beginning of a lifetime of learning who you really are. Maintain the spiritual sensitivity that allowed you to recognize this buried information about your origin in the first place. Guard against returning to accepting false narratives that made you miss important truths about yourself in the past. Let your awareness of your authentic identity continue to flow from genuine faith and daily attention to heaven's guidance. With this new ability to recognize buried truths comes ongoing responsibility to remain open to more revelations about your real heritage. Use this gift wisely to discern true divine information from false stories designed to keep you confused about your identity. Embrace this journey of discovering your authentic self with both humility and confidence. Picture a future where you consistently live according to your true identity rather than the false story that was buried. Imagine divine doors opening unexpectedly based on who you really are, spiritual appointments arriving precisely when needed, and your understanding of your authentic purpose expanding beyond anything you've experienced before. Heaven stands with you, encouraging you to embrace this journey of authentic identity with complete trust. This is truly your moment to experience deeper divine connection through knowing the truth about your buried birth story. This marks the beginning of a time when your real heritage, wisdom, and calling will be more aligned with heaven than ever before. Accept this revelation with gratitude and remember that you're surrounded by divine support on this journey of living authentically. The path ahead holds countless opportunities to experience heaven's guidance as someone who knows their true identity and purpose in this world. If this message about your buried birth truth has awakened something deep in your spirit, please consider blessing our channel with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or whatever amount feels right to you. Your support creates a beautiful spiritual exchange and allows us to continue sharing these divine revelations with those who need to discover their authentic identities. If you're ready to acknowledge that you're discovering buried truth about your birth, type 888 in the comments below. The journey of discovering buried truths about your identity continues beyond this revelation. As you step into new awareness about your authentic birth story, stay grounded in scripture and prayer that keeps your discernment sharp and accurate about who you really are. Every hidden truth you recognize about yourself could be the exact confirmation someone else has been waiting to see about their own buried identity. Your growing spiritual sensitivity about authentic heritage serves as inspiration for others wondering if their origin story is really accurate. Move forward with an attentive heart, a watchful mind, and a responsive spirit ready to live according to your true identity. Create opportunities for others to recognize buried truths as you enjoy the clarity about who you really are. By choosing to embrace your authentic identity, you join a long tradition of faithful people who have learned to recognize heaven's voice revealing truth about their real heritage and divine purpose.